Welcome to our
Hello.
series of live web instructional webinars to help designed to support the school annual yearbook program. Our goals today will be to introduce participants to the functions of the program associated with the beginning stages of the yearbook creation. Specifically, we will be reviewing logging into the yearbook program, familiarization with the welcome screen, page ladder, font section, creating an image share account, transferring materials from a previous year to a current year uh, book, and leading into the next installment, the importance of sending us your portraits for upload into your image library. This webinar will be approximately 30 minutes, so let's go ahead and get started. So to log into the program, in case you haven't yet, you can simply go to our main website. It's schoolannual.com. Up here in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the word login. So we're going to click that. It will take us to a login page right here. You will see that the current year is already selected by default. So all you have to do is enter your job number, your username that was provided to you, the password that was provided to you, and then click on Let's Go. For any reason you lose your password, you can always click right here, enter the job number and username, continue, and it will send you a link to reset your password. If you have any further questions on or any further assistance needed on logging in, you can always call in and I can help you out. Once you do that, you'll be taken to the main page. This is the home page right here. And we'll go ahead and talk about some of this stuff. We're going to talk about these little boxes right here. Right here is where your school name would be. Mine says Sunrise Demo because it's my demo one. So let's talk about these little boxes right here. First one is the due date countdown. Because mine is a demo, it does not show a countdown, but yours will have a countdown to the number of days you have left before your book is due. You should also have that written on a calendar. I would highly suggest, and I would actually do this, write a soft date for yourself, maybe a couple weeks before to have everything as finalized as you can get it. This way, you're not so much under pressure at the last minute trying to get everything done. So set yourself a soft date to kind of make sure everything is done, or where are you at, and what do you have to do before you get your book done. So next is your year-to-date sales. You may see this uh, if you've been with us for a while. You'll see like your previous year and your current year, so you can kind of compare where you're at and the sales of your book. If you're new, all you'll see is the current year. Next, total pages. So for me, I have a total of 60 pages. You may have different pages. Right now, this tells you how many pages are currently remaining. These are pages that haven't been submitted. So for me, I have 60 pages remaining. Under here, you will see different colors. Uh, Red, anything red right here in this little pie chart, those are not started. These pages have nothing on them. They're clean pages. Nothing's been saved to them. Next is in progress. That's the yellow. These are pages that had something saved on them or may have had something saved on them at one point. Uh, Regardless, they are now in progress. Next is the green completed. These are pages that have been finalized. You have hit complete. You're no longer editing them. They're ready to be turned in. Next is in black, we will see submitted. These are pages turned into us to get ready to start printing. Next is upcoming events. In upcoming events, if you click on it, it will take you to a place where you can put different uh, maybe different things you want to do at certain times of the year. Say you want uh, pages done by October 5th. You want pages 10 through 15 done by the end of November or something like that. Here you'll see your cover choices are uh, due by November 15th. Some of you may have different dates. a deposit may be due. The deadline for the first how many pages to be finalized are by this date. Um, to add an event or add a reminder to yourself, you click on this plus button. Here you would add the name of the event. Here you can select the date. So you can select it for this date, give yourself a color, write a quick description, click add, and we'll add it right here. Next is the task tab. Tasks could be anywhere from getting name lists from the first grade, second grade, third grade teacher. It could be setting up um, to get pictures submitted for, from a book day or from a field day or from a field trip or something like that. Just whatever tasks that you need to assign yourself to get things for the yearbook. Same thing, you click on the plus sign right here, give yourself a name, a due date, and it does have an assigned. I'm not sure what this is missing the assigned, but you can assign somebody that task and then just click add. Then you'll get something like this. You'll just a minute here. All right, sorry about that. So here you will see the task, just a test tab task assigned to a person, the due date, and when it's once it's completed, you can just click this little button right here, and then the task will be marked complete right here. Okay, just a minute. It does not like the go to meeting stream. All right, so here from the task tab, we have tagged images. So these are just a number of images that are currently tagged. These are images that have been named. We'll talk about tagging images in the next webinar and the importance of that. Next are images. This just tells you how many images are uploaded, either uploaded by staff, and that is you, the advisor, and your other staff. And this just to let you know how many total images you have in the library. All right, let's move on to adding staff. So we're going to add staff. To do that, we're going to click on plan, and then we're going to click on the word staff. To add staff, we're going to click on the add staff button right here in the upper right hand corner. Before we do that, you can also look at view activity, and this will let you know the activity of all your staff member, including yourself, and what's been done. So to add staff, we're going to click on add staff right here. We're going to give of course, enter the first name and last name of the staff member. Username could be anything from their first initial, last name, the last name, the first name, whatever you want it to be. The password has to be a 10-digit password, including a uppercase letter and at least one number. Then from there, just confirm the password. An email is optional. You can actually email out of this to all your staff members. Then the role right here, you have advisor, which that's what you are. Advisor has control over the whole entire site. They have access to everything. So I would think twice about giving somebody um, advisor access. Um, if you have students helping you out, give them staff. If you have other people helping you out, give them staff. This just prevents the number of people that have access to the whole entire site, including things like your sales um, and including things like your cover uh, or something like that. It just reduces the amount of people that have access to that kind of information. So, all right, then once you have that, then all you have to do is hit save. And then your list is right here. For any reason you have a staff member that is stepping aside for a while or is been asked to kind of, maybe leave the staff, you could do one of two things. You can, one, delete them if they have been permanently removed from the staff, or if they're just taking a break or they're just going to be gone for a little while, you can mark them inactive. And it just that means they cannot log in. Then once they're back or they're um, ready to work, you can just mark them active and they can log back in. For any reason they forget their password, just go to edit and then you can just retype their password in right here. All right. Next, we're going to go to the page ladders. To get there, we're going to go to plan and then page ladder. Now, here's the page ladder. It is brand new this year. We have a webinar where we talk about and a video where we talk about uh, the page ladder in detail. I will go over a few things here, but if you want a more detailed overview of that, we do have a video on our YouTube channel that actually goes into depth with this one. So first, we're going to talk about the color key. We mentioned it on the front page. The color key right here underneath the page, a lot more prominent this year. This right here in yellow just lets us know these pages are in progress. Red is not started, green completed, and black will be submitted. Next is we're going to talk about the start with last year. So if you have templates from last year you want to bring over or on your pages from last year, right here we have start with last year. We're just going to click this, click continue. Now, I will say that you can't undo that. It just means there's no undo button. So if you choose to, like, nah, I'm going to start from scratch and redo the whole thing, there's just no undo button. That's all that means. Once you hit continue, on any not started page, your pages from last year will appear on those. Any pages that are currently in progress, it will not work on it. So once you're done with that, next we're going to talk about your sections and your descriptions. Descriptions is now gone this year. It is now topics. So first is your sections. Your section could be like staff. It could also be like first grade. And then here we could type in first grade. We could either hit the plus sign or we could just hit the enter key on our keyboard. And here we have first grade. To put first grade on our page, all we have to do is just click and hold, drag that over here. And then right here, you will see that we have first grade on both these pages. Or we can just do one page, both pages, doesn't matter. You can also come over here underneath the no section right here and actually select your section if you want to do it that way. Next, like I said, topics has been replaced with, description has been replaced with topics. Under topics, you can select any number of topics. So you can start typing in kindergarten. It's going to go ahead and give you anything under the kindergarten or just starting with KIN or with the letters KIN. So here you could do just like a kindergarten plus sign to add it. And then this teal circle with this white zero in the middle of it, that's number of pages that you have used this on. So you can click and hold the kindergarten, move it over here, and then right here uh, you will see kindergarten is a description. Right here on page one. Now you can do other. You can just add your own under this. So no, you do a principal message to students, and just this plus sign. Then there you go. The one you want to type in is right here. Just click and hold. and then it's right there on the page. Now, next to this clipboard is a light bulb. Underneath it, Smart Topics. Right here, if you want to go through this, if you want to do like sports, you can do like all sports. Fall, you can do like fall dance, fall musical. Then, as you're clicking on these under topics, here's where your fall musical, your fall dance, your all sports, everything appears right underneath my topics. Okay, so we're gonna talk about assigning pages. So if you have staff members and you want to assign pages to them, you can click and hold their name, bring it over to the page, let go, and then here you will see their name is right here in the left-hand corner. If you want to add them to two pages, just right here in the middle, you'll see a teal square under around both boxes or around both pages, and just let go, and then their name is assigned to both of them. Next, we're going to talk about printing some of the pages in PDF. So if you have some pages that you want a teacher to look at, you can. This year, we have something new. Can select individual pages. So here we can select like maybe pages 1, 2, and 5. We go up to print, print selected, because those are the pages we selected. You'll get a pop-up letting you know that a PDF is being generated. Right here, PDF is being generated. So once you see this little symbol pop up, you can click on that. A pop-up will come up as a PDF. And so here are the pages that we selected. So this helps a lot if you want to do just like all the first grade stuff. So you want to do like these two pages and then maybe the first grade field trip, or you want one person to check out the book fair or something like that. So with all those selected, you can do the print selected and then hand that over to another person. Next is the filter. If for any reason you did a filter, say by staff member, and then check their pages out, that's where that filter is. You could do, I mean, from signature to staff, deadline type, whole lot more selection this year. Now, if you leave and come back, and you find that your page ladder looks like this, and you're wondering where the rest of the pages are, please check your filter right up here. There's a yellow symbol that appears once you activate a filter. All you have to do is come back and look and see, oh, there's a staff person that I selected. So you can do one of two things. You go under staff and go all, and it will bring back your pages, or just come down here to clear, and then just clears it, brings all your pages back. So anytime you see like you have 60 pages, but only 20 are showing, please check your filter first because chances are a filter's been activated. So under print, we of course we have the print all, and then we can do the print page ladder. Um, so you can print this out, make notes, or give it to somebody, to whoever is to approve the book before you send it. So that way they kind of get a look at what you're doing. All right, next we're going to talk about your cover. So once you have your cover done, to check on it, you go to status and then cover, and then your cover is going to be right here. Please don't forget to approve your cover, or not to approve it, or whatever. That's done in this screen right here. So if you have a personal one, or if you select one, this is where it'll be. If you ever need help, you can click on help and then help again, and it will take you to our help page right here. Here we have videos, getting started, online features, troubleshooting. So we have some stuff right here that can help you out. All right. So next we're going to talk about transferring materials from this year's book to next year's book. You can do that by going to create in an image library. So let's say we have some photos from last year. We want it this year. So if you still have last year's login information, what we can do is, so I want to pause that. Then I'm going to go back to my 23 book. So here I have my 23 book. So I'm going to go down to Create, Image Library, and I'm going to my portraits, and I'm going to say, that's right, I want my staff. So I'm going to click on staff right here, or staff copy in this case. I'm going to come up to this little button right here that has a folder with an arrow pointing to the right, and it says 2024, which is our current book. So I'm going to click on that. So that's going to send that to my current book. And you can see it's sent, but there's a little arrow right next to, right on the folder right there. I can also go to my activity and I can say, oh, that's right, I want these backgrounds and I want the first day of school. So I can click on that and send that over. So once I have everything, and it's highly suggested that whatever photos you want from the 23 book to transfer it over to the 24 book, um, so this way you don't lose them. So once we're done with that, we're going to come back to our 24 book, come back up to Create, and then Image Library. So under your image library, you're going to see a section called My 2023 Images. So we're going to click this little arrow down so we can see the subfolders. And here are the subfolders that I have sent over, including the first day of school. Here's the staff copy. Here's the background icons. So here's the stuff that I have sent over for this year. To move the images out of the folder this year, it, from last year to this year, all you have to do is like maybe under portrait, click this button right here. We're going to create a folder called 2023. Go on to staff copy, and maybe it is this one and this folder. You know, these two images are all I need. So just click and hold, drag them over, and then there's your two images. All you have to get that number 2 right here, just refresh. And there's your number 2. So again, it is highly suggested that you go back to your 23 book, if you had a 23 book with us, and move any photos that you want into your 24 book. We will remind you again when we go back to, when we get to how to complete the book and how to submit the book. In that webinar, I will remind you once again that any photos or any folders you want for your 25 book, that you need to take that time and send those to over to your 2025 book. I don't see how. That's because the way I have to switch between the books, I have to freeze the screen real quick because I go through a different way than you do as an admin. Um, so all you have to do for that is just go. Oop, here you go. Just go to your login, and instead of 24 when you log in, just log into your 23. Log into your 23 book using the job number, username, password from last year, and then you can go back to your image library and send over to 24. Then once you're done, log out, come back here, make sure you log into 24, put your 24 credentials in, and then you'll come back to your 24 book. And then that's where your My 2023 images right here. That's where all those folders will be. All right, so next we're going to talk about font. So we're going to go to Plan and then Fonts. Well, here, just a minute. Let me. Usually don't have this many issues. I don't know why. All right. So to get to fonts, we're going to go to plan and then fonts. And right here is where we can activate fonts. It's highly suggested to activate just a few fonts because you ever come to this screen, the more fonts you activate, the slower it is to load. So just activate the fonts that you need. You don't really need to get carried away with it. Um, you can go through these fonts and look at them just by clicking on them, and you'll get a preview right here to the right. And so you can kind of get an idea of what fonts you want to use. Once you find a font that you want to use, come over here to activate or to inactivate. And then once you click the inactivate button to activate it, it's going to go to the top of the page. So activate, it goes to the very top of the page in alphabetical order. Once you click to inactivate it, it falls to the bottom of the page in alphabetical order. Um, and we tell people this because a lot of them will sit there and they'll click it and they'll say, "Well, no, I want that font. Activate, activate." So what they're doing is they're sitting there clicking that activate, well, inactivate button, and they're just activating a bunch of fonts that they really don't need. And so when they go back to the top, they'll see that all these fonts had just activated. To inactivate them, all you have to do is just click on activate, and you'll see them moving up. That's because as they are being inactivated, they're moving, like I said, moving down below in alphabetical order. One thing I want to touch on, and one thing I want to stress on: do not, do not inactivate Foundation Sans right here. And the reason why I say that is because this font is used for your default styles right here. So tagline, Foundation Sans, uh, subheadline, Foundation Sans, headline, Foundation Sans. If you shut Foundation Sans off, these pre-made uh, styles also turn off. Which also means that when you go to add a text box on your page, uh, these, like your headlines, subheadlines, taglines, these will not be there. So if you deactivate Foundation Sans, your styles disappear and your default styles right here under text disappear, which means you'll have to go back and add, excuse me, and add styles. And that's just easy to do. Just click on add, type what the style is, pick which font you want to use, what category you want to use it, predetermined font size. So if you wanted a large font, and then just hit save. And then you get a preview of it, kind of what it's going to look like right there. So next, let's move on to image share. To create an image share so that your parents can send you images, we're going to go up to replay it. So we're going to click on plan and then replay it. And here we're going to create a private photo submission or replay it here. So first the question is going to ask you is, do you want to create a website for parents to send or parents or others to upload images to? So we're going to check this box right here. And then that's when the rest of this is going to light up so that we can edit it. Next, it's going to ask you the start date. The start date could be like today's date. Here's an example right here. This is how it has to be set up. It has to be the year, a dash, the month, the dash, and if it's a single digit, it has to have the zero in front of the digit. So in this case, the third, it has to have 03. Then the turn off date right here, usually a couple of weeks before your book is due. This way you can finalize your photos and sift through them and then get them to where they need to be. Otherwise, you'll have parents sending you images to the very last minute, and you probably don't want that because you probably don't want to hear the gripes that like, hey, I sent it to the very last minute, but you were in the process of submitting the last page when that last photo got in. So make sure it's at least a couple of weeks before your book is due. Also, make sure it says 2024, not 2023, 0507. Next is the user ID. This is the ID that will go on this flyer right here. Next is the maximum number of images. Leave that alone. I've never seen anyone put 10,000 images in the replay it, because as people are adding images in, you should be taking those images out, put them in folders where they need to be. And like I said, I've never seen 10,000 images put into one of the replay it. So next, to enable the site, just make sure to click this box. If you need to suspend the account for any reason, or to have people stop submitting photos, all you have to do is just unclick that and then save it, and then the site is shut off. No one can submit photos. Right here is the link. So you can copy this link and email it to parents. Very simple. We're just going to choose an image. So we'll just choose a random image here. And then here is where it says email. Your name, your last name is required. This information is required. The first name and last name of the student that this image has in it is required. Grade is required. If it's not applicable, like there's no grade. It's just a image of just random students. Right now the NA is not working for some reason, so just put like 12, and then in the description put who the students are and do that. Yes, they should get something. Parents should get something that says it was successful. So here you have the I understand. Here's the terms and conditions. You can click that and read the terms and conditions. Then click here to upload the image, and it's uploaded directly to the image library. And then that will be found. Just a minute. This happens to me once in a while here. All right, so here we go. So those images that we use to replay it on, that will appear right here, the inbox replay it. Then from here, now the only person that can see this is you, the advisor, not your staff. That's why we have the staff inbox right here. So what you can do is click on the very first one, Control A selects all, and then you can drag and drop all those images into your staff. Or if you don't have a staff, then you can just sit here, um, and replay it, and then click and hold that for the photos and take them to whatever folder they need to be in. But all the photos that the parents send in will be found here in the inbox replay it. All right. And then lastly, let's talk about your portrait CDs real quick. As you start getting your portraits taken for the students and all that, um, one of the things that we offer is we can upload those portraits for you. We will need the images, the folders, and there's an Excel file called index.txt or master.txt. Um, with that, we can upload your images for you, and they will be in your portrait, either by teacher name, grade level, classroom, whatever you want them to be. They will also be tagged, meaning they will have their names. This green little tag right here means the names have been tagged. So as we open this up, we can see that a name has been associated with this image. So anytime the computer sees a name, it's going to associate the name and the image. It also have the details. So it's one. It's a little bit easier for you, the advisor. Um, One less thing you have to worry about, and it's a lot easier for us just to do it because we can do a mass upload versus you uploading all the images and then going in and then tagging this one, tagging the next one, tagging the next one, tagging the next one. So it just speeds one at a time. All right. Um, I'm going to do my outro here real quick and then we'll open it up to any questions. I want to start off by thanking you for joining us today, hopefully by showing you examples in the areas of login screen, welcome page, page ladder, fonts, image share. Creating your book will look less of a challenge, and you can avoid some of the pitfalls accompanying any computer software. Transferring materials from last year and sending us your portrait CDs should pay off in a time saving. Feel free to join us next time as we look at the flow function and actually working with the portraits and building some class pages. And then I hope to see you then because that's when we'll talk about how to get these images onto um, these pages here. All right, at this time, we could go ahead and open it up to questions. So if you have any questions, you can actually type them out here or you can just go ahead and ask them. Okay, real quick here. Megan said you're new here. You can either find out who was in charge of the book last year and see if they have the login information, or go to your rep and see if they have the login information for the 23 school year. And then you can log in as the advisor that way. All right. So, any questions, comments, concerns, inquiries? All right. If there's no other questions, then I want to thank you all very much for being here, and hopefully, I'll see you next time.